our champion. Oh, you are the awesome one. There is none like you. With you we win. You're our champion. With you we can lose. We always win. You're our champion. We lift our hands, we lift our voice, we celebrate our champion. We sing hallelujah, for the victory. We lift our hands, we lift our voice, we celebrate our champion. We sing hallelujah, for the King who is victorious. You are the awesome one. There is none like you. With you we win. You're our champion. With you we can lose. We always win. You're our champion. Oh, you are the awesome one. There's none like you. With you we win. You're our champion. With you we can lose. We always win. You're our champion. We lift our hands, we lift our voice, we celebrate our champion. We sing hallelujah, for the King who is victorious. We lift our hands, we lift our voice, we celebrate our champion. We sing hallelujah, for the King who is victorious. You are the awesome one. There is none like you. With you we win. You're our champion. With you we can lose. We always win. You're our champion. Oh, going to begin with the Baruch of the Torah, and after the Baruch of the Torah, we're going to go into the 10 Commandments, and then we're going to go into the writings. We're going to begin. Repeat with me. Baruch Yahuwah.
Baruch Yahuwah.
The Baruch one.
The Baruch one.
Baruch is Yahuwah.
Baruch is Yahuwah.
The Baruch one.
The Baruch
For all eternity.
For all eternity.
Baruch atah.
Baruch atah.
Yahuwah.
Yahuwah.
Our supreme one.
Our supreme one.
King of the universe.
King of the universe.
Who selected us from all the peoples.
Who selected us from all the peoples.
And gave us his Torah.
And gave us his Torah.
Baruch atah.
Baruch atah.
Yahuwah.
Yahuwah.
Giver of the Torah.
Giver of the Torah.
And it is so.
And it is so.
Excuse me. Baruch atah.
Baruch atah.
Yahuwah.
Yahuwah.
Our supreme one.
Our supreme
King of the universe.
King of the universe.
Who gave us the Torah of truth.
Who gave us the Torah of truth.
And implanted eternal life within us.
And implanted eternal life within us.
Baruch atah.
Baruch atah.
Yahuwah.
Yahuwah.
Giver of the Torah.
Giver of the Torah.
And it is so.
And it is so.
And it is so.
And it is so.
Now we'll have the reading of the 10 Commandments done by Mattathias. And it is so.
Devarim 5:6-22. Aleph. I am Yahuwah, your power which brought you out of the land of Mitzrayim from the bed of slavery. Bet, you shall have no other power before me. You shall not make you any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in Shemayim above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the Mayim beneath the earth. You shall not bow down yourself unto them nor serve them, for I, Yahuwah, your power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that have me and keep my commandments. Gimel, you shall not take the name of Yahuwah your power and falsify it, for Yahuwah will not hold him guiltless that takes it. Dalet, guard the Sabbath day to set it apart, as Yahuwah your power has commanded you. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of Yahuwah your power. In it you shall not do any work. You, nor your son, nor your daughter, nor your manservant, nor your maidservant, nor your ox, nor your ass, nor any of your cattle, nor your foreigner that is within your gates, that your manservant and your maidservant may rest as well. And remember that you were a servant in the land of Mitzrayim, and that Yahuwah your power brought you out of there through a mighty hand and by a stretched out arm. Therefore, Yahuwah your power commanded you to keep the Sabbath day. Hey, esteem your Ab and your Im as Yahuwah your power has commanded you, that your days may be prolonged and that it may go well with you in the land which Yahuwah your power is about to give you. One, you shall not murder. Saying, neither shall you commit adultery. Ket, neither shall you steal. Tet, neither shall you bear false witness against your neighbor. You, neither shall you desire your neighbor's isha, neither shall you covet your neighbor's bed, his field, or his manservant, or his maidservant, his ox, or his ass, or anything that is yours. These words Yahuwah spoke unto all your assembly in the mount, out of the midst of the fire, of the cloud, and of the thick darkness with a great voice. And he added no more, and delivered them unto me. And it is so.
And it is so. Devarim chapter 6, Deuteronomy chapter 6, verses 1-18, and it reads, these are the commandments, the statutes, and the judgments which Yahuwah your power commanded to teach you, that you might do them in the land where you are going to enter and possess it, that you might fear Yahuwah your power to keep all his statutes and his commandments, which I command you, son, all the young men of your life, and that your young men may be prolonged. Hear therefore, O Yasharal, and observe to do it, that it may be well with you, and that you may increase mightily as Yahuwah power of your Abbas has promised you in the land that flows with milk and honey. Shema Yasharal, Yahuwah supreme one. Yahuwah is Akkad. And you shall ahab Yahuwah, your supreme one, with all your heart and with all your soul, when you sit in your bed, and when you walk by the way, and when you lie down, and when you rise up. And you shall bind them for a sign upon your hand, and they shall be as frontlets between your eyes. To fall.
To bind to the mind.
To bind to the mind. It is very important that we give Torah access to our minds. And it is so.
And it is so.
And you shall write them upon the posts of your bed and on your gates. And it shall be when Yahuwah your power shall have brought you into the land which he swore to your fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Yaakov, to give you great cities which you did not build, houses full of all great things which you filled not, and lest you forget Yahuwah, which brought you forth out of the land of Mitzrayim, from the bed of slavery. You shall fear Yahuwah your power, and serve him, and shall swear by his name. You shall not go after the power of the people which are round about you. For Yahuwah your power is a jealous power among you, lest the anger of Yahuwah your power be kindled against you, and he destroy you from off the face of the earth. You shall not tempt Yahuwah your power as you tempted him in Massah. You shall diligently keep the commandments of Yahuwah your power and his testimonies and his statutes which he has commanded you. And you shall do that which is right in the sight of Yahuwah, that it may be well with you and that you may go in and possess the great land which Yahuwah swore unto your fathers. And it is so.
And it is so.
And it is so. Very important that we follow the instructions of the Abba. Let's have another song, please. Ayahav Yahuwah, Ayahav Yahuwah, Ayahav Yahuwah. It was the best thing I ever done. Ayahav Yahuwah, Ayahav Yahuwah. It was the best thing I ever done. Oh, Ayahav Yahuwah, Ayahav Yahuwah. It was the best thing I ever done. Oh, in your arms, I feel dead. In your arms, I feel connected. In your arms, I feel protected. And there is no place I'd rather be. Oh, in your arms, I feel protected. In your arms, I feel connected. In your arms, I feel protected. And there is no place I'd rather be. Oh, Ayahav Yahuwah, Ayahav Yahuwah, Ayahav Yahuwah. It was the best thing I ever done. Oh, Ayahav Yahuwah, Ayahav Yahuwah, Ayahav Yahuwah. It was the best thing I ever done. Oh, in your I feel protected in your arms. I feel connected in your arms. I feel protected, and there is no place I'd rather be. Oh, in your arms, I feel protected. In your arms, I feel connected. In your arms, I feel protected. And there is no place I'd rather be. Oh, it was the best thing I ever done. Oh, it was the best thing I ever done. Oh, in your arms, I feel protected. In your arms, I feel connected. In your arms, I feel protected. And there is no place I'd rather be. Come on, praise him, praise him, praise him. And there is no other place that I'd rather be. In the arms of our Yahweh, there is safe to be found. Can't you agree with that on relationship? Now let us turn our attention to Hush, the son of Nun, chapter 1. And we're going to look at verses 6, 7, and we're going to confess 8. It is important you that are for our setup, my style of teaching, and our structure. It is important that we are constantly reminded of the words in the writing of the covenants. It's important that we are reminded of those that are who played a covenant, their words of creed, their words of confession, their words of encouragement. In times like these, we need to be able to reflect upon those who were challenged just as we are, and not cast away our confidence or cast away our belief in the one who has brought us to this place thus far. Very important for us to understand that. All right, Yahushua, son of Nun, chapter 1, beginning at verse 5. We're going to read, verse 6, and then 7, and then we're going to confess 8. Verse 6 says, "Be strong and of a great courage, for to them shall you divide for an inheritance the land, which I swore to their Abbas to give them." Just a word of encouragement. As we look at the Abba encouraging Yahushua, the son of Nun, we can also expect that same kind of instructions of encouragement. He was given a great task, and so are we. We may not have been given instructions to divide a land, but we've been given instructions to stand, and having therefore stand with our loins girded with his truth. Right. And so it is important that we stand in strength and in power. Right. And so his truth is the Torah. Then he says, "Only be you strong and very courageous, that you may observe to do according to all the Torah which Moshe, my servant, commanded you. Turn not from it to the right hand or to the left, that you may prosper wherever you go. It's very important that we understand that whether we are here in the Americas or whether we are somewhere else, wherever he has orchestrated or he has predestined for your feet to stand, you must understand that he is going to cause you to prosper because you follow and I follow the Torah, his instructions for our lives.
Okay.
Verse 8, as I have tailored it to fit our time of confession. No, I have not taken out or taken from it, but it's to make it personal so that we remember that what we are given charge to do. We must remember, because in our remembering what we're supposed to do, we will follow the actions and we will follow that no matter what situation we find ourselves in. And it is so.
And it is so.
All right, repeat with me. I will not let this scroll of the Torah
I will not let this scroll of the Torah
depart out of my mouth,
depart out of my mouth,
but I shall meditate therein,
but I shall meditate therein,
Yom and Layla,
Yom and Layla,
that I may observe to do
that I may observe to do,
according to all that is written in it.
according to all that is written in it.
For then I shall make my way prosperous,
For then I shall make my way prosperous,
and then I shall act wisely.
and then I shall act wisely.
Now look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor, you shall act wisely, and you shall act wisely. Look at your other neighbor and tell your other neighbor, you shall act wisely, and you shall act wisely. Take your hand and place your hand over your heart and say, Abba Yahuwah,
Abba Yahuwah,
I shall act wisely.
I shall act wisely.
Come on, Abba Yahuwah,
Abba Yahuwah,
I shall act wisely.
I shall act wisely.
I endeavor
I endeavor
wisely.
to act. I endeavor
To act wisely.
to act wisely.
Come on, one more time. I endeavor
I endeavor
to act wisely.
to act wisely.
And it is so.
And it is so.
And it is so very important that we understand the importance of acting wisely, especially when we are living in Torahless times, and it is escalated with the way not our people, but the way people are acting and the way things are going. It is important that you understand that the Torah is the helm. It is the instructions to define and to structure our lives. And if we fail to comply and walk in it, we're going to find ourselves in dangerous situations. And so it's very important that we remember we've been given a charge to act wisely. And it's so.
And it is so.
And it is so. All right. Let us turn our attention to Yehukanan Aleph, chapter 5. We're going to read all verses, verses 1 through 21. Why is this important? It is important because we must remember and we must maintain that acknowledgement of the Mashiach. In this time, many are throwing away their belief. Many are allowing the pressures of this life to cause them to forfeit, to cause them to just openly and blatantly disregard and reject the Mashiach. And if we do that, we will find ourselves truly a ship without a sail. It's like having a car without a steering wheel. You cannot go anywhere. Wherever the road or wherever the alignment on that vehicle leads you is where you're going to go. And that is what has happened to many of our people. We've given up on the Mashiach because many feel he's not moving on time or many can't see him. And this is why it's important to understand what to look for. If you don't know what to look for and you don't know what it is or who it is you're rejecting or receiving, that's a problem. That's a problem. Abba Yahuwah has given us a authenticness of who his son is and who his son is to us. We won't use was because was is past tense. Is present, meaning right now. He is this to us. He wasn't. It's not that he was and not find ourselves saying, well, he was. No, he made was to you. In other words, leaving him in the past, but he's not in the past. He is in the present with us. He's ever present. Are you hearing me?
Yes.
So he is with us no matter what situation we find ourselves in. We must remember that. And so it is important that we follow the writings and that we adhere to the writings. It's one thing to hear them, but it's another thing to respond to them in belief.
Okay.
Because you can't just do instructions.
Right.
And it is so.
And it is so.
Everyone who believes that Yahushua is the Mashiach has been born of Yahuwah. And everyone who ahabs or loves the one bringing forth also loves the one having been born of him. So you can't love one without the other. By this we know that we ahab the children of Yahuwah. We ahab Yahuwah and guard his commands. For this is the aha for Yahuwah, that we guard his commands, and his commands a size 12 trying to put their foot in a size 7. That's when it becomes difficult, because now you are trying to alter it and you are trying to do other things. You cannot do that. Or a person trying to put their foot that's a size 7 into a size 12. It does not work. And so it is important that we follow his instructions, because everyone having been begotten of Yahuwah overcomes the world. And this is the overcoming that has overcome the world, our belief in who? The Mashiach. Because if we don't believe in him, we are in trouble. And this is why it is a reminder to you. It is a reminder to me that we must comply and we must believe. It is not enough just to say, I know. But your belief is going to cause you to act upon knowing that he is the Mashiach, the son of Abba Yahuwah, because that's the only way we have access to Abba Yahuwah. He is the only way that we have legal rights to the first covenant. Right. Without an access, you have no right. And he has given us a legal right, and it is so. It is so. Who is the one who overcomes the world but he who believes that Yahush is the son of Yahuwah? Now he asked a question, but now he's going to go on and clarify and explain the answer. This is the one that came by water and blood. Yahush Mashiach, not only by water, but by water and blood. And it is the Ruach who bears witness, because the Ruach is the truth. And if you are filled with the Ruach, then that truth, you're going to bear witness to what you read concerning him to be truth and to be legitimate. That's important to understand, because there are three who bear witness, the Ruach and the water and the blood, and the three are in agreement. What causes our Ruach to agree with it is that the Ruach HaKodesh of Abba Yahuwah gives us the agreement and substantiates the proof and the evidence, which causes our agreement, listen to me, of Yahush, the Mashiach, as being, it's just like possessing a contract. If we receive the witness of men, the witness of Yahuwah is what? Greater. It is greater, because this is the witness of Yahuwah, which he has witnessed concerning his son. The one who believes in the son of Yahuwah has the witness in himself. The one who does not believe Yahuwah has made him a liar, because he has not believed the witness that Yahuwah has given concerning his son. And this is the witness that Yahuwah has given us eternal life. And this life is in his son. So without the son in your life, the absence of the son is the absence of life. Right. He who possesses the son possesses life. He who does not possess the son of Yahuwah does not possess life. This is why the enemy fights so hard with the belief of the instructions or the writings of Yehukanan concerning the Mashiach. You want to keep a person ignorant and foolish? Hide the information that substantiates that what is true. And you'll no longer be able to fight or argue against that, because either you're going to accept it or reject it. And if you reject it, it's based upon your will and not because you have not enough of evidence. It is just because you choose to reject the evidence and the proof that is on your phone. Yes. Very important. I have written this to you who believe in the name of the Son of Yahuwah. This was written for us to make us, or to encourage us to hold on. Why? Because if we don't hold on to this, then everything else that follows is irrelevant. It's very important that we understand that. That you know that you possess everlasting life, and so that you believe in the name of the Son of Yahuwah. And this is the boldness that we have in him, that if we ask whatever according to his desire, he hears us. So for those that really do believe in him, he hears us, and guess what? He is going to answer us according to his desire, because you got to understand, when you pray, you got to pray according to his desire. And that is to build a healthy relationship with the Abba, because once that relationship is healthy, that's ball game. That's ball game. And if we know that he hears us, whatever we ask, we know that we have the petitions that we have asked of him. If anyone sees his brother sinning a sin, not to death, he shall ask, and he shall give him life for those not sinning to death. There is a sin to death. I do not say that he should, pray about that. All unrighteousness is sin, and there is a sin not to death. We know that everyone having been born of Yahuwah does not sin. But the one having been begotten of Yahuwah guards himself, and the wicked one does not touch him. In other words, he may come around and try to, but he cannot. Why? Because the more you claim, he cannot touch you. Are you following me? We know that we are of Yahuwah, the wicked one. Only part of the world.
All the world.
Only 1/3 of the world.
All the world.
Half of the world.
All the world.
All of the world lies in the wicked one. Church folk lie in the wicked one. Are you hearing me? All of them lie in the wicked one. Because unless you are possessing and confessing that Yahush is the son of Yahuwah, you lie in the wicked one. That is your place of abode. And until you confess that he is the only one, Yahush is the only son of Abba Yahuwah, and that Yahuwah is the power of all things, you lie in the wicked one. Are y'all hearing me?
Yes.
And that is important. Now listen what he comes and helps us to understand. And we know that the Son of Yahuwah has come and has given us an understanding so that we might know the true one. And we are in the true one in his son, Yahush Mashiach. In other words, it is stating even in that there would be false ones, that there would be false Mashiachs, and there would be false messiahs, or those that will come in the name or try to come in the name of Abba Yahuwah. But unless it is his authentic name, it is not him. So this is even allowing us to understand that in that time, they had those that were false and that they were trying to come, but they didn't carry the name or the character or the authority. So it's important that we understand. And this is why it says, and we know that the Son of Yahuwah has come and has given us an understanding so that we might know the true one. And we are in the true one in his son, Yahush Mashiach. Excuse me. In order to know that you are in the true one, you must follow the instructions. You must follow and read and take to heart the information and the evidence and proof that has been given to substantiate the life of the Mashiach. Without that, you're just living just till you're just actually just going through the motion. That's important for us to understand. This is the true Yahuwah and everlasting life. Little children, yourselves from idols. And it is important that we understand. And this is why relationship with the Abba is key. Because we don't want to be doing anything that puts us in a position to be rejected or to forfeit our walk and our desire to continue to grow in that relationship with him. Because you must understand, as I stated before, if we do not believe in him, then everything after this is irrelevant. And I'm not just talking about my class and others. I am talking about you trying to move forward becomes irrelevant, because how and what are you moving forward to? When the goal of our relationship is Abba Yahuwah and his son says to him. Without that, you are a robber and you are a thief, because you're trying to come another way. And the writings tell us that except we come through the Mashiach, we come as what? A thief and a robber. Because you're trying to break in, you're trying to violate a system and a protocol that has been set up. That's how you know a thief, when they don't come to the front door. They peeking all in at the window and at the back door, twisting on the door. You don't go in no back door to somebody's house. You go in the front door. You go through the front door. So Yahush is the front door and our access to Abba Yahuwah. And it is so. Let us have another song, please. Ooh. Yahuwah. Oh, my soul, and all that is within me. Baruch Yahuwah. Oh, my soul, and all that is within me. I will Baruch your name. 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 Baruch Yahuwah. Oh, my soul, and all that is within me. Baruch Yahuwah. Oh, my soul, and all that is within me. I will Baruch your name. Hallelujah.